Once more the rivers flowed with honey instead of fire. Once more the golden brown filled the ʔďmě with peace and happiness. But the exiles vowed never to drink the mind-numbing nectar again. They fled the surface of the earth and survived on grubs and roots and what they could catch in underground streams. They clothed themselves, covering their heads so that when they went above ground to hunt, their minds would not be weakened by the opiate light, and they thrived for generations while the ʔďmě languished on in bliss and pleasure under the intoxicant sun. The new Adam and his wife populated an underground city in just a few generations, and they created myriad words, crafted poems, spells, until one day a grandson of the new Adam, Ṭʭḍዀ the meditator, discovered the true power of the word, the symbol, and the sigil. A holy priest of the underworld, cloaked in golden robes and wrapped in ebony bands, Ṭʭḍዀ the poet, Ṭʭḍküh the profane, the dreamer, Ṭʭḍküh the savior, rising from beneath the earth under the mercurial streams of the midnight sun. Ṭʭḍküh discovered the word nothing, and the golden brown quaked above the earth in fear. The towers of the ʔďmě crumbled under the cataclysmic vibrations. Ṭʭḍküh knew, he understood. The chrysalis of this paradise could not last. It was a womb splitting at the seams from the growing vastness of power and energy. The source pushed aside the moon and confronted Ṭʭḍküh. Ṭʭḍküh pulled back his priestly hood, exposing his face to the searing sunlight as he spoke. He saw the words forming in the ʔdyměrine soup around him. He wrote and drew sigils upon the sky, and the symbols rose up and gathered around the source, blocking out the golden light. The rivers dried out and the ʔdymě fell to the ground, weak and sickly. They wailed and rent their clothes. They pounded their own heads and kicked at the dirt, writhing and gasping out screams of silence. But Ṭʭḍküh grew ever more powerful. He drew the words of his spell all around the golden sun until it was completely encircled in a cube of black nothing. The source flared, throwing red fire and pain against the wall of black to no avail. The jealous moon smiled, but then a tiny yellow crack appeared in the face of the cube. And another, and another, and the universe was blasted into being. Formed to bridge the gap across the abyss. Rivers of time again surged forward and backwards from the new heaven and earth. And in the moment all time was born anew, the dreamer stirred in another body. A king on a stone floor, a hand on a reed pen, and Solomon no longer knew if he was Ṭʭḍküh dreaming of Solomon or Solomon dreaming of Ṭʭḍküh. Back into his physical form, wise and aware of the secrets of the universe's spring from lifetimes in meditation. He dipped his pen in the ebony ink.